One of the founding Heart members, Roger Fisher, and his brother Mike are currently making a movie about one of Roger's favorite things, Roger. Seriously, though, we love you guys, and we've had a lot of fun over the years. What they're doing is pouring through 40 years of great stories, performances, home movies, photos, recording sessions. They're chronicling their life journey in music and brotherhood. Roger wanted to perform a special song for the film in our studio, and he's brought some very special people and special musicians to help him out. Whoa, we've got Mike McGinnis on drums.
Yeah.
Our old friend Donnie Evola on slide guitar.
Yeah. Donnie.
The master of the Hendrix tribute, Randy Hansen, on stand-up bass. Randy.
Yeah.
And legendary radio personality, and a man whom I modeled my hair after as the years went on, moving to Seattle here, John Maynard.
Yes,
playing.
thank you. On woodblock.
John's actually our divine spiritual guide.
John, you are the best.
That's right.
Close to it, anyway.
All right. Where can we hear you now? And how's Robin? Everyone wants to know.
You can hear me on the Washington State ferries. I do the safety announcement.
That's why I jumped.
Yeah, thanks. We've lost no one.
I heard you. I know I jumped.
That sounds like a joke.
No, they're there.
Yeah. and how is Robin?
She is madder than a hound in a pepper factory.
So she's good then.
Yeah.
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 Right,
She's
good.
perfect.
Love you guys. Some of the greatest people ever on the radio in Seattle. Let's take just a moment. But you know, it's about Roger Fisher.
Well, it's easier to say now that we're gone, right?
Well.
You can be magnanimous.
It was said then by some people. Roger, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Better than nothing, as my dad would say. Speaking of my dad, this is a very important
Okay,
day.
I don't have your microphone.
Hold
Hang
on,
on a second.
Oh, son mio, give me a microphone. Give me some level.
I had tons of Roger, and now I have hardly any. This is going to be interesting.
Do you want him to talk on my
Man.
microphone?
Go ahead, speak more.
Hello.
All right, I got you now.
Okay, good.
All right, it's called Gain Staging. Are you ready?
August 16th, this is Hanford Fisher's birthday.
That was
And
your
my
dad?
All right.
Is Hanford the guy who stole that plane and jumped out with all that money? No. That's a different guy. It's D.B. Cooper.
He got his money a different way.
All right.
It's your dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mr. Fisher.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Is he listening?
He's listening from up there.
Up
yeah.
there. All right. As is mine. First off, Raj, we need to get together for a longer period of time to get into some
Absolutely.
stories and things.
Absolutely.
But we're honored that you chose us for this movie. Mm-hmm. And
We may not use it, you know. It depends on how it goes here today.
sure, that's all right. And we are using this, though. We are live on the air. There is no choice.
What? This is live?
This is live.
You know, nobody told me about all this traffic in the morning.
Yeah.
Jeez, I just got here.
All right. So now tell us about
Raj's 60th.
Raj's 60th and why this film project.
It started with the 60th birthday at the King Cat Theater. It was a magical event. We had 22 bands, and we had so much fun and caught it on high-quality video. And just when we looked at the footage, we thought, man, this is too good to not put out. And so we knew that it by itself wasn't a movie, and we started wondering what the story was, and we soon realized that there was a great story behind it. And if you go to Kickstarter.com and search Raj's 60th, you'll see 2 trailers there that tell you all about it. Kickstarter.com, Raj's 60th.
Raj's 60th. When Heart was formed, and we don't have time for a long story because we wanted to play your song, but when Heart was formed, how did that happen? Did it happen did you all sit there and go, yay, we're a band, or how did you all come together?
Well, Steve Foston, myself, and my brother Mike had many permutations of Heart before the Wilson sisters came aboard.
Okay. So
And
you
when-
had a rhythm section, a band,
Well, we had me and Steve, basically.
you and Steve, and then you found these sisters.
Well, yeah, we put an ad in the paper and answered. We
Looking
went over
for sisters.
looking for a lead singer.
Last
Went
page-
over there, and we
Last page of The Stranger. Yeah.
God, the audition was incredible.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just electric. We knew that there was something really, really special in the room.
And now I was on the East Coast at the time, so to me, Heart just exploded onto the scene.
Absolutely.
And with his records, Magic Man was it was on the radio so much on every format. It was this massively huge hit. Did you know it was that big?
Well, when you're inside the bubble, it's really hard to wrap your head around all that's happening. But we just knew that the dreams that we had believed for so many years were coming true, and it was all great.
Is there one person who was the magic man? Like, is there?
I'm glad you asked. There definitely was. There was this guy who we would play nightclubs 4 or 5 hours a night, 5-6 days a week. At almost every break, we'd go back to the dressing room and get chewed up by this guy. This guy was my brother Mike, and he gave us so much input, and he was such a huge part of the reason that Heart was successful. That he, his actually Charles Cross is doing a book on Heart now, and a lot of Mike's value will come out in that book, as it will our movie.
We had Charles on, and he mentioned that not only was your brother very magic, but also very elusive, that he was really looking forward to sitting down and hearing his part of the story.
Enigmatic, and still, even in his interviews, I know that he's not giving all of what Charles would like to get, but it's going to be a great book.
All right.
Hi, Mike.
That's Randy.
I love all of you so much. I feel like I'm in the end of the Star Wars trilogy movie with all of you guys. I would love to talk to all of you for a little longer, especially Maynard and Randy and Donnie. But we'll have to do that another time because the clock is pushing us. The song we're going to hear is about a girl named Bob.
That's right. And, I got invited to speak at Delta State University and went down there, and a friend took me all around the Delta, introduced me to the old blues guys, the blues places. It was a fantastic trip. And while there, I picked up all these colloquialisms and started writing them down, and pretty soon this thing just wrote itself.
Wow.
You ready?
No, no.
Here we go.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for a commercial break so that we can
put a mic on this.
Actually, well, then we can get everything sounding perfectly.
Good.
And it'll be the oddest way to kick off the greatest hits of all time. The songs from. Did you write this at least 25 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Then it'll be just perfect. One of the greatest misses of all time. We'll kick off the greatest hits of all time. It hasn't even had a chance to miss yet, really. You wrote it like on the way here, right? Was it yesterday or?
It's origins will remain unknown.
It's autobiographical, though, right?
Roger Fisher and these all-star musicians and entertainers return in 5 with a girl named Bob.
Bob Rivers in the morning.